I'm always pleasantly surprised when I find a Vans shoe that I really like. The Vans shoe that I loved was the Ave Pro, but a Vans shoe that I never want to skate again is the Berle Pro. Vans is more famously known for their vulcanized shoes, and both of these shoes are cup soles. But both of them gave me a very different experience while I was skating them. So the grip on these Vans is not really that great. If you put these shoes side by side, they have the same silhouette. So I want to cut both of these shoes open. Taking them apart will help me differentiate the difference between why I like the Ave Pro so much more than the Berle Pro, and hopefully it'll help you decide what your next Vans shoe should be. A key major difference is that the Ave Pro is a lot lighter than the Berle Pro. The Berle is twice as heavy as the Ave. But the Ave Pro actually has an insole inside, in addition to the outsole having half of the insole inside of it, while the Berle Pro's insole is stitched inside the shoe. By the way, my Achilles is hurt, which is why there hasn't been another shoe review and why I'm doing videos like this. But let me know if you like these videos, these shoe dissection videos. I was gonna start with the Ave, but I'm gonna start with the Berle because I feel like this one has less things in it. All right, I'm gonna start cutting up this one. Might be really hard, actually. This is going pretty smooth so far. I'll get another angle. Kind of put together the same. Look at the inside of the tongue has this piece of material that wraps all the way around and in there on the Berle. But then on this shoe, the inside of this tongue also has that same piece of material. I'm gonna finish cutting this part and then I'll move on to this. It's almost like this whole part right here is like this part, but instead of the stitches, it must be stitched underneath and then it's like rapid welded on top, which I think this is better. And lighter too. This is a lot lighter for this shoe. The main thing that I want to get to is what's inside the outsole, because the insole is just stitched on there, so I wasn't able to see what was in it, and I didn't take it apart then. So now taking it apart, I'm going to be able to see what is actually inside the outsole. I think I cried about the impact protection, actually. And the insole itself feels like you're stepping on a flat piece of wood. But first, I need to deconstruct the whole entire upper to be able to even get in there so I can see what the hell is in here. This is the extra layer of durability. I think it helped. I'm gonna pause this. I'll come back to you guys. Okay, I got the top of the upper off. You know, I'll hand it to you, Vans. I'm not surprised I've never blown out any Vans because they're stitched on really well, like ever. I've never blown out any Vans. Now I just need to get this piece off and then I'll come back to you guys. I think I got it. Oh my god. Now that I have my upper separated from my outsole, I can see what's actually inside this outsole. It's like glue. It's like an insole that's glued into the shoe. Why would you make me do this? You made me do this too. Ah! I'll come back to you guys when I get it out all the way. I got it! This is what's in the outsole. No wonder my feet hurt. There's like nothing in here. This material literally just feels like a little bit thicker material than this tiny insole that they put in the Ave. That was so difficult. And then other than that, there's nothing in here besides just the outsole. The thing that I will give to this insole is the same thickness throughout the whole entirety of the shoe. Too bad it's just not that great. Now that I know what's inside the outsole of the Berle Pro, let's dissect the Ave Pro to see what's inside the outsole of this shoe and see if it's the same whatever insole this is or if it's better. First off, remember how that one was constructed when I took it apart? Let's see if this is constructed the same way, because if this is constructed the same way, then that means that the only difference between these shoes is what might be in this outsole and the materials that it's put together with. Which I have a sneaking suspicion that that is what makes this shoe a lot better than that one. Let's start cutting from the tongue, like we did with the other one. You know, I think this might be easier to take apart. So honestly, I wanted to do this for each of these reviews because I couldn't see what was inside that insole, and I wanted to see what was inside this outsole for this shoe, but I didn't have time to. But now that I'm hurt and can't skate right now, I think it's a great idea to do this. Once I get to a certain point, I'll come back to you guys because this is hard. After cutting this tongue off of the rest of the shoe, I realized it is put together similarly. I think these shoes might be one and the same in how they're constructed. It should be like this. It should be like this when I take it out. This actually isn't like put together like stitched. It's like that rapid welded material. It's almost like it's just glued pieces on top of each other, which actually feels like it might be better. It feels like cutting a fresh piece of grip tape. It feels like the upper of the Ave Pro is just glued on. Now that I have this whole piece of the upper off, I need to take this part off to see if it's built the same way as this piece. Ah, damn. It looks like the Ave Pro is put together almost the same way as the Berle Pro. So, What makes it so much better than this one? I think that the answer lies within this outsole-insole combination. I do think that this shoe would last longer than the Berle, simply because that has exposed stitches. This has that rapid weld material where the stitches would be. So I'll get back to you guys in a second. I'm gonna cut the heel off of this. Almost there. Oh my god, okay. Now that I have the entire upper off of the Ave Pro, I can see what's inside this shank outsole. Shank outsole. After deconstructing the Ave Pro and deconstructing the Berle Pro, they are pretty much built the same way. So the only thing differentiating the two is the material, which is what makes the Ave Pro so much lighter and, in my opinion, better for skating. But the main secret that I want to see is what's inside this outsole that makes the Ave Pro feel a lot better than the Berle. I'm hoping that this one is a lot easier to take out than the Berle Pro was. This dark blue part that you could see through the outsole is what I think makes a big difference in the two shoes. So let's go ahead and try to dig into this more and get it out. Oh, it's starting to give the hardest thing I've ever had to do on my channel. I'll come back to you guys when I can get it out. Have you seen graph? You see graph? You see percentages? Fix that. You see the holes in the outsole? That is like right down to where the insole is. Getting close to the end. Cutting out this insole-outsole combination so I can compare the two insole-outsole combos to each other. Oh! Thank you. I got it out. Oh, this is so much heavier. Oh my god. Wow. This outsole is way thinner than this outsole. This outsole is way thicker and just a way heavier piece of rubber that make up this shoe. So although this one is a lot thicker, this insole that goes inside the shoe is a lot thinner. But this one is a lot thinner, but the insole that goes inside of the outsole is a lot thicker than the Berle. And this dark blue piece that's inside of the outsole to make it look like you have like maybe some extra arch support or something is actually just a thin layer of plastic. So I think this is just made to look like you get some extra arch support, and it doesn't actually do anything. So after seeing everything that's different between the two shoes and kind of the same between the two shoes, I still think that the Ave Pro is a lot better than the Berle Pro. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think that the trade-offs between the shoes kind of evens out the playing field on both of them? Or do you prefer the Berle over the Ave or the Ave over the Berle? Let me know. And like video. And have you seen percentages? They're wrong. Fix those. And that's it. Comment what you want next review and everything else. Next video soon. Bye-bye. Leave a comment down below, say table tile if you watched this far, because as you know, because you're a real one, check it out. This is a plastic table with tile on top of it. Sneaky.